Hi everybody. I'm dismayed at how few people have looked at the video I did. I guess it wasn't even a video. It was a video to go to a web page, which was in the pinephone forum, where they abuse an unhappy customer. And I'm just going to read some of the highlights of it and how I want to talk about how arrogant these guys are. So the guy is Dobble Whoops or Dooble Whoops is his uh, screen name, and he says here, visit the main page, pinephone. Never is it writing the product is not finished. Absolutely, it promises you a Linux pinephone. Never is it writing this phone is not warranty for using normally. In other words, when it doesn't work, you want your money back. No, nor is it publicly. In more, the proof of customer service is very bad. He have not technicians, so I guess he's saying they don't have a technician, and he sends you to the forum. And of course, you are happy customer with functional phone, and you not understand a customer not satisfied. For you, it's not possible a pine phone defect, but yes, it is possible. So I think what he's talking about there, he went to the forum, and everybody's saying it's great, and his phone doesn't work. Boy, does that ever sound familiar to me. Anyway, and I insist, 15% for restocking, that's crazy. He restocks the defective phone. And then he talked about the Walla phone forum, a phone with Ubuntu Touch. Only satisfied customers are there, and yes, it's $450, but it's better than the lamp torch for $200. And that's where, of course, where I got the pinephone flashlight slogan from this guy, because you just wait and see what this guy says, because it's really bad. And anyway, lamp torch for $200 named pinephone. A pinephone is, I'm going to read it all again. Yes, $450, but it is better than a lamp torch for $200 named pinephone. The phone is not a gadget. It is important for every day. Anyway, and he says, just for your information, I'm buying a Samsung S3 for $20 with blah, 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 and it works better than pinephone. And the moderator's response is, okay, hope you enjoy it. So that's very, very, very condescending. Visit the main page, pinephone, and his response is, okay, nice web design. Now he's being a dick. Okay, that's a dick comment. You should be inquiring as to, well, what am I looking for on the page? Well, what he's looking for is the part where it says we promise you a Linux pinephone. Anyway, never is it writing the product is not finished, and he's absolutely correct. On the pinephone page, there's no hint of it. There's big promises about how great it's going to be, and they're going to build a market for it, and it sounds all fabulous. And it didn't. It sold me. It sold this guy and many others as well. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So then the guy again, more condescending. What is this? And he's and he's pointing to other pages. When you're going to an e-commerce site, you're not cruising other pages. You go to the home page of the product you want, and then you click on the order button. You don't go everywhere else. And that's what they do. They hide the real truth somewhere else where you don't find it right away until after it's too late. It's a nice scam. It's called snake oil. Anyway, and then he quotes what it says: beta edition pinephone, and of course we know it's not beta. It's not even alpha. So they're wrong there. But they continue to use it as an excuse to abuse this guy. He's there looking for support because his phone doesn't work. And this is what he's getting from the forum. That's a really nice forum you guys got there, guys. Well, it's a nice little cult, is really what it is. And you don't let anybody in who isn't drinking the Kool-Aid. Anyway, so more blah 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 about copy and paste about how the phone is very early in development, and we didn't put that on the page that you read because we know you wouldn't buy it if we did. No, they didn't say that. I'm just putting that in there. And he says here, a special snowflake that deliberately ignores important text is not the same as the website is not mentioning it anywhere. Anyway, never is it in writing the phone for warranty or using normally, and then again, another response to a link, device warranty 30 days. And we don't even know if there's anything wrong with the device. Who knows what's really wrong with the pinephone right now? It's just depending on what operating system you got on it, behaves differently. So that is yet to be seen. Anyway, in more proof, customer service is very bad. I have not technician that sends you to the forum. So he's talking about how they're poor customer service. That actually, they don't have any customer service. I'm still waiting for a response to my email from last winter or early spring, whenever it was I sent it to them. Not a peep from them. And he also says, you do not understand a customer not satisfied. Or rather, you do not understand the difference between a huge multinational corporation that has no dependencies on anyone else and some group of hobbyists that relies on outsiders to offer full products. He's talking about you guys. and I think they do. You've got your nice little cult, and you've got some manufacturer to work with, and you got your own little world where you're just playing around like little children. And this is why pinephone will never work. Not the Pro, not anything, because the whole operation is poorly run, poorly managed, and poorly developed. Anyway, then he talks about he's talking to the moderator. For you, it's not possible a pinephone defect, but yes, it is possible. And I don't even think it's a defect. There's probably no defects or anything. It's just poor quality workmanship, software and hardware wise. That's what I suspect is going on. And then you get a snarky response. Did you seriously expect a product that can't get defects? Such a product literally doesn't exist. Actually it does. Actually it does. I've bought many things that I've had for a lifetime, and they still work today just like they did when they came out of the box. So fuck you, pinephone support guy. And then he says here, and I insist, 15% for restocking. That's crazy. And he restocking the defective phone, and the comment back is, any evidence for that? Well, what kind of evidence do you want? You that's what you guys told him. And then he says, check the Walla phone form. A phone with you been to touch. Only satisfied customers are there. And he says, and the response is very sarcasm, like, good for them. And he says, yes, $450, but it's better than a lamp torch for $200 named pinephone. And he's absolutely correct. And then he says, pinephone is not a gadget. It's important for every day. And then the response from the moderator, oh yes it is. So you guys, this is the truth now. You guys just think it's a gadget for you to play with. And why are you selling it to other people? Why don't you just be honest and say, it's our gadget, don't buy it if you're not part of our club? Because clearly you don't want anybody in your club. Anyway, a smartphone is a consumer toy at best. Never intended to do any serious stuff on it. Or it's just the way to many people to treat it like a PC replacement for some reason. No, only your club treats it like a PC replacement. It's too fucking small to replace a PC. It's a mini tablet at best. What kind of assholes are you guys? How rude. And how uninformed. You know, what's the average IQ down there anyway? It must be pretty low. Anyway, and then this moderator goes on, and yes, some banks might force you into using a phone to use their banks. Yes, some communist countries use or plan to use the Scam 94 Death Jab Passport app. What the hell is he talking about now? What's that got to do with your pinephone? You know, that's why we want it, so we don't have to put that stuff on our phones. That's what it's all about. And then he says, but the question is any of them force you into using a phone? Are they seriously worth your time and money in the first place? Well, I have no idea what this moderator is talking about now, but the question, the comment was, a phone is not a gadget and it's important for every day, and he's basically talking about how important it is for every day, even though he says it's not. And he says you can just find another bank that doesn't use this bullshit. Governments can be ignored, and then a lot of blah blah blah. I won't repeat politics. And businesses requiring the passbook should be massively boycotted. Well, he's right there, but that's a whole different story. The guy's got a phone that doesn't work. He's asking for help, and there's the help that he got from the pinephone forum. And then here's some more arrogance here. Congratulations on finding a device that is most useful to you at a good price. I feel like an Apple or Android phone is probably the only choice for a consumer class telephone buyer like you, and well past 99% of the population at this time. So he says we're not worthy of pinephone. While telephone devices from the duopoly are generally anti-consumer devices, they are designed to be easy to use, even if they also limit your choices to those that your carrier hopes to profit from. I'm not sure what he's trying to say with that sentence. It's weird. So Android and Apple are generally anti-consumer. I don't think so. I think they're over-consumer. Anyway, and they're designed to be easy to use. Yeah, and you guys are going to try and compete with these guys. Remember, you're going to create a market. Well, that's the market, pal. Anyway, let's see if we have some more arrogance coming up. Pinephone is for developing of bleeding-edge mobile OSs on FOSS-friendly hardware. Is it? Well, on the Pine homepage it says something different. And again, this is what I have a problem with you guys. You keep ignoring that pine64.org/pinephone page where it promises everybody a market-produced Linux pinephone. And you know, I just want to get it. I'm not going to read it anymore. You know, I've read it so many times. It's clearly you guys have your head up your ass, and that's why you can't hear. Anyway, you might be able to make phone calls on a pinephone with some of the available OS options, but it is first and foremost a hacker platform. So that's a misrepresentation of the product. They represent it on the pinephone page. It's represented as an end user consumer device, but really it's a hacker device. And now we know the truth. That's how you guys feel, and you don't give a fuck about anybody else except your little Kool-Aid drinking community, and you rude fucking bastards. You know, I'd like to say something, but then I won't be able to post the so I'm going to carry on with the arrogance, and I'm surprised that nobody commented in when I told you guys to read this. You know, where's the outrage? Is there any outrage? I gotta put a snappy title on this to get some non-Kool-Aid drinkers to watch it, because you know, it's unbelievable. And then here's another comment. I'm not sure what it means. I'm new to pinephone too. I got mine yesterday and also had the updating problem. Sounds familiar. I ran the update through Terminal to get the most recent version. If you Google how to update Manjaro the right way, you will get instructions. Well, again, for you Kool-Aid drinker cult members, you want to do all that. Nobody outside of your group wants to do that. That's the problem here, is you guys live in your own private world, and you know you got to stop advertising to the rest of the world if you're not going to come to the rest of the world's party, because we want something different than what you want. So you better start realizing that, or you're going to be forced to. Is what's going to happen. I'm telling you, the government's going to come down on you guys really bad, because this is all evidence to support how bad you guys are at burning consumers. Okay, so has this guy got anything else important to say? I doubt it, but let me check. I'm still having a couple of issues, but it's to be expected with an experimental beta product. Well, no. Beta is right before release. It's a finished product. It's for the final testing. That's unacceptable to have issues. It's supposed to, beta test is supposed to go well, so it can be released to market. It's alpha. That's the problem with this phone. It's alpha, and barely that in some cases. And then he says, "Hope this helps," with an exclamation at the end. No, you know, your condescending attitude doesn't help at all. Anyway, I don't know if there's any more. I'm just going to stop and cruise ahead, and I'll be right back. Okay, I found a good one. again, he repeats some of the things he said before about buying a Samsung S3 and about the main page not telling you it's not finished. And then the moderator gives him back this comment: I seriously cannot tell if you're a troll, or you went out of your way to not read or do any research on what you bought. The pinephone has disclaimers on its product page. No, it doesn't. It has them on the ordering page down at the bottom where no one would scroll because they went there to click the order button, which is up higher. So you cannot buy one legitimately without seeing the warnings. And the warnings in red, it's a convoluted word salad that should say the phone doesn't work, beware, you're going to have to fix it yourself. But it talks about, oh, it's only for certain people, specifically these certain people. That doesn't say the phone doesn't work well. It doesn't. Only in your little cult world it says that. Nowhere else it says that. And I'm sure consumer protection won't think so either. Okay. If you are seriously angry, this is clearly not the device for you. Yeah, he's supposed to be happy he got burned for $200 and has a very expensive flashlight. If you're a troll, then congratulations, you have successfully irritated anyone who reads this comment. Well, no, he didn't irritate me. You, the forum moderator, did. And he tells him to stop it as well. And I think that's it. Okay. And then there's a comment here. This one's not so condescending. For what it's worth, if you switch over to Posh as opposed to Plasma Mobile, then you will probably have a much better time. Well, so far I'm not sure how many. I've tried 3 or 4 different ones. No, they all suck. They all got issues. So, and if you could push them all together into one and remove the bad issue parts, you might get a good one. But I doubt it somehow, because I haven't used it long enough to find out all the things that are wrong with it. But I'm sure there are plenty more. And then he talks about comparing the Samsung with the pinephone as comparing apples and oranges. Well, that's for sure, because the pinephone is not a phone. It's a fake phone. Foul phone. F-A-U-X. Fox phone. Whatever. Or however you pronounce that. I always have to look it up. I never remember. But it's a fake phone. So you can't compare it, because the Samsung is not a great flashlight, but the pinephone is. The Samsung is a great phone. Trouble-free. And then he says, anyway, some research before buying would have helped. Well, again, you condescending asshole. I did a lot of research, and I got fooled by your red ink with, for pinephone aficionados only, and people with serious experience. And I'll make sure I get even for it. You'll see. You better get my check ready. And you better get back the $10 you got for the sale. Okay, it looks like that's the end of it. So surely there are people who are shocked by what I just read there. Can you imagine buying any other product, a stove, washing machine, TV set, Dell computer, and going calling them up for help, and I'm telling you, we don't have technical support. Go to the forum, and then the forum is populated with these assholes who are rude and arrogant, and they don't help him at all. They're just mean to him all the way through. That's nice customer service, very nice customer service, and consumer protection agency is going to hear all about your nice customer service and your false advertising, because outrageous what you guys are doing, and you think you might think you're untouchable now, but you wait and see. Not for much longer, that's for sure, pals. Mark my words. Anyway, I'm gonna take my pinephone flashlight and go look for something in dark places. And you guys better get coding and better fix those problems really quick, because if you don't have a pinephone that works in a short order of time, you're going to be finding yourself facing a big bill. And I'm going to work on having you banned from importing to the U.S. and selling any products in the U.S. That's going to be my target objective with with those consumer people, because we got to stop you guys. And I don't mean I mean all your pine products. They need to be banned from the country until you guys offer less snake oil. Anyway, you know what Sparky says. Don't buy it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and please comment below if you are as shocked as I am about how someone can be treated that way on any forum. Where's the moderator here? Holy shit. People should be, well, I guess you can't be fired because you don't have a job. You're just in the basement of somebody's place writing code and abusing people. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.